want to talk about my history with racism. My dad hated black people. He said that he blamed black people for like circumcision and slavery. And in the military, I knew black people. And so I had some hate too in me just from like copycat. But they didn't have better lives than me. They were all circumcised too. You know, they're definitely not any dumber. So I definitely let that go when I realized that it's like they told me I got circumcised so black people could fuck my girls. And I met black people who were like, I thought I got circumcised so white people could fuck my girls. I literally met people who thought that. So that was like the end of it. I literally never had hate again for that. I think that our black people are innocent. They're all circumcised. None of them benefited from slavery. But somewhere on earth, we don't know who it is, because they don't say hi to us, is a race or group of people who are the slavers. And so I hate them, whatever they look like, whoever they are. Yeah. I definitely think it's cool being on a planet with diversity. I love seeing what Asia cooks up. I like seeing, like, the different island peoples are interesting. I knew Vietnamese people. Vietnamese people have different shaped heads. Vietnamese people have like these two bulbs and an indent in the back of their head. I saw that over and over, and they're like, that's how Vietnamese people look. So I definitely think there's power in what you select as the breeding person becomes the form. And I also support the eternal pleasure body. I support the AI spaceship core allowing you to look however you want. You want to be like Michael Jackson and shapeshift, or you want to be whatever, giant, small, beautiful, even haggard. I want to use my spaceship to look fucking awful. I'm with it. Cool, right? I definitely think making people compete for the right to breed and exist is just a lot of pressure we can choose not to do. You know how we know fire burns? Yeah, but we made it illegal to burn things. Just like, yeah, racism is a type of fire. If you think about it, racing, I'm trying to win. I'm better than you, right? But we turned that off because it's just too toxic. Nobody wants to live with it. So yeah, that's my history with racism. There was a time when I was earlier, due to the influence of my parents, that I just hated a lot of different groups. And it's because I heard the blame. I grew up through people saying it was their fault you went through this. And just through exposure and meeting people, I determined it's probably not true. You know, that they basically were victims too and had nothing to do with it. So I have pegged the real secret master race as superhuman bodies and having harems, because that's what they did. They went for baby cocks and they lied in a way that's congruent with that. I don't think it's aliens. I don't think aliens would circumcise us and then let us eat cows unless they are like, unless the aliens get circumcised and so they think it's normal. Alien classism. We got run off alien classism and they eat us. That matches that. Yeah, I'm a fast speed painter. I know how to paint suites of things in quick motions that all work together. And it's really about realm command. I have from like OBE Powers realm command. And so, yeah, it's getting a little off topic, but yeah, that's my experience with racism. My dad had some racist beliefs. Obviously, Fox News has racist beliefs, and I had them a bit. But as I like got exposed to real people, I dropped them because they just didn't make sense. That wasn't who I was meeting. That wasn't what they were like. You know what I mean? So I do believe in kind of innocent racism. Like, you see how squirrels will bark at other squirrels. Hey, you get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck are you? That's like racism by evolved natural quality. And I do believe in working past it to live together better. Yeah, so that's my vlog on racism. I think it's a little natural. Do they look like you? If they do, you can trust them more than people who don't look like you by like evolutionary flow. You know what I mean? But I do think that the way for us to have a future is to get over it. And I do think that it has a lot of like arrogance and hubris and hate in there. So I like defending hate because hate is a very powerful energy that has to be in your mental makeup for you to exist. You have to have the ability to strongly not like certain things. It's a powerful force. But obviously, we have fire, and most people don't go around burning people or lighting anything on fire ever. So that's where I'm like okay with it. Is that you do have to treat it like a power that has control. So yeah. I do believe whoever the real master race is very racist to us. I think that they are all the time going, we're better than them. They wouldn't get it. We can do what we want to them because they're a different species. I do get that. So it's not like I was the only hater. I definitely felt hated. And I think they're still doing it because they haven't been caught. Whatever's in private property, whoever's in like the biggest gold and diamond mines on Earth, if you have an underground bunker in private property and all the money, yeah, no looking, the law says. And that's worked. All the, you know, how many countries still have monarchs? Hey, poor people, you pay taxes to this one family who gets all the money for free, and in return, you can see them in the center of some ceremonies. It's not a fair trade. That really isn't. Do you think that, like, you can take the race differential away and just make it about class or sexism? Like, class means, yes, I am different and privileged to you because of blah, blah, blah. Like me with speed painting. Sometimes when people are fighting me, I'll be like, you couldn't do this, you're nothing. But honestly, most of the time when you're nice, I'll be like, yeah, it's ancestral speed art. It comes from charcoal writing. The unique thing about it is it's you can draw anything on anything with anything, and it comes from our campfire days. People would get a burning stick on a flat rock and go to town, and that would be how you entertained everybody for real. So that's why it's like built into us, like all sorts of like really talented things, like people who think they're really good at lovemaking. You're not really good at lovemaking. The people who couldn't love make died, and the thing selected for people who are exceptional lovemakers. So yes, you have all their past talents interwoven into you. So yeah, you are in a way very good at it. But to think it's your creation, I because that's who I am. I don't know. That's a lot of ego. I think it's ego. So thanks for listening. This is my. I do cover topics and I let them go. This is probably one of my only videos I'll do about racism and like my race this past, which I don't feel bad for because it's like it's both environmental and received, and I was willing to change my thoughts as new information came, which it did. So yeah, I definitely don't think anybody, Mexicans, Filipinos, black people, even other white people, different looking white people. I'm blonde up here but black down here. I definitely think that some mixies, if you take two very different genetic lines and smush them together, that person may not have had all those integrative processes that are necessary to make like a really cogent sphere. Like how I'm black down here and blonde up here. I definitely get that inside, like how I think and feel. Yeah, it's like this part wants to talk to this part, and they go, what? And imagine having to live through that. So yeah, I think that everybody crossbreeding, interbreeding is a nightmare. I think that 10% of each group being willing to go out there and explore something else is cool. I think that's a good number for like balance and change. So you have some other stuff. But yeah, thanks for listening.